So my favorite lip is kind of a nude pink lip. It's probably my everyday go-to look, and I think it's what looks best on me. It's also very easy to touch up, and I will do a dramatic, like bold red lip or hot pink or something every once in a while, but my everyday go-to is more of neutral nude pink, and that's what I'm going to do today. For today, I will be using some of my favorite lip products. Some of them can be a little bit more expensive, although there's pros and cons of that. Charlotte Tilbury, for example, her lip liner products are going to last a lot longer, basically throughout the entire day, whereas some of the others that I've used from drugstore are not going to last. I can find a similar color and I like them when they go on, but I notice that they come off within a couple of hours. But anyway, if you're interested in seeing like dupes of like drugstore cheaper products, I'm actually going to film a TikTok later today where I do makeup dupes. So Charlotte Tilbury Iconic Nude is my favorite. It's just a really good neutral nude, and I like a little bit of a darker line and then blending it in with a pink. What I really like about this one is you can wear it as a nude, mix in a nude or a pink lipstick and lip gloss and have just like your pretty everyday nude look that I tend to gravitate towards. But this is also a really, really good blendable shade to mix if you don't have a lip liner that matches a more dramatic lipstick. So for example, if you're trying to use more of a hot pink lip liner or lipstick, all over lipstick, but you don't have a hot pink lip liner, this is a really, really good one to define your lips and then blend it really well with the lipstick itself and kind of create like a fake lip liner so that you don't have to buy a lip liner. If you're just doing every once in a while statement lip or something, it can be hard to justify an expensive lip liner that matches it perfectly every time. So I like to use this as a dupe for that, kind of trick for that, instead of buying a bunch of expensive lip liners, because it also lasts, and that's really important when you're using a bold lip color because it can bleed. One other thing that I'll say is I do not put chapstick or anything on. I know that's a big recommendation, is make sure your lips are hydrated before you put your lipstick on. Anytime I do that, it slips right off. My lip liner will bleed, and sure, maybe I'm doing something wrong. I don't know. I'm not a makeup artist, but it never works for me. So I like to keep really, really dry lips, and I will also take a face brush or a powder brush and use any residual powder to do this, just to kind of make sure the edges of my lips are dry, which is where I'm going to be applying my lip liner to make sure it stays and doesn't bleed. All right, so I'm going to be quiet during this so that I can draw these really well, but know that I overdraw my lips slightly because I like a big lip. So I start right on my actual lip line, like where my lip meets my skin, and I draw a really fine line there, and then I take my lip liner and push it slightly above, like I don't even lift it. I start where this is, and then I just use pressure to kind of push my lip up, and that forces it to draw slightly above the lip. And to me, that looks pretty natural. It doesn't look like I'm drawing on really dramatic Pamela Anderson lips or injected lips. Like that still looks like my lips, even though it's slightly larger. Okay. And for my everyday neutral lip, I tend to gravitate towards nude lipsticks, same obviously, but I go for a little bit of a shade lighter than lip liner usually. This is a lot bit shades lighter. I use the Kim KW Charlotte Tilbury. I use it a lot because that's all I have left. So I need to restock that. Okay, so I put that on very dramatic. This is looking very, very 90s. But I blend that in and kind of smear it into the lip liner. You can tell, like, it's not perfect. The lip gloss is going to blend it a little bit more because this lipstick is kind of tacky. But you can start to see how, like, it takes on the color of the lipstick. And like I was saying earlier, if you were doing a dramatic lipstick and didn't have a liner to match it, that's how you can really, really blend the lipstick and the shadow, or the lipstick and the liner together, so that it creates like a defined lip, but then it doesn't look like it's, you know, a brown line outside of your lip. You can also do this with Pillow Talk. That's another good one if your lips are a little lighter. You can take a makeup brush. This is the one that's attached to the Makeup by Mario lip liners, which I love that he does that. But you can also just use a standalone one, and you can blend those in. And by doing that, it just kind of creates more of a gradient, or you can pull the darker color up and smooth out that line. I'm gonna be honest, I never do this. I am doing this like just because I'm trying to show if you really want to blend it out, but I always just put my lip liner on, blend that in, and then let the lip gloss do the trick. Speaking of lip gloss, since I'm going for a neutral look today with a little bit of a pink tint, I am using my Rosy Pump lip gloss by Lancome. This is one of my favorites, similar to the Dior lip gloss. It's basically a translucent gloss, a slight pink tint to it, but I like it because you can use it to really, really blend out the edges of that lip liner, and then it creates a really, really nice gradient. All right, there we go. Finished lips. In person, they look a little bit more pink than how it's coming across. But I've also been known to add a couple dabs of either a brighter pink lipstick or something in the center and blend those out with a brush to add a little bit more of a pink pout, or even an eyeshadow. You can mix an eyeshadow in there too. Thanks for getting ready with me live on YouTube and Twitch. If you want to see more of me, which of course you do, then go ahead and subscribe and hit the bell so you'll get notified when I go live or post new content. Better yet, just come get ready with me every weekday live on Twitch.